this isn't the type of video topic that I wanted to return to you guys with, but lo and behold, here we are.
You're now watching the Mystical Green Beanie.
Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? I am the Mystical Green Beanie, and Daredevil has been cancelled after just 3 seasons. This comes after Luke Cage and Iron Fist got the axe after their respective 2 seasons, and if things are as they seem, then Jessica Jones and Punisher are next in line for cancellation. And I'm gonna be honest here, while it sucks for all of these shows, I'm only really sad that Daredevil's the one who got cancelled, but I'll get into that. Okay, so here's the thing. When Marvel and Netflix announced their slate, I was like, cool, I love Daredevil. Jessica Jones is a great character despite her never having an arc that was worth a damn after her first one. Luke Cage and Iron Fist not being presented as a package deal was odd, but I've read stories where they each operate separately and it works just fine. And in the end, each show is going to culminate in a shared miniseries called The Defenders. Even though I still feel like it should have been called The Marvel Knights, but yeah, whatever. The point is, the plan sounded great. The problem that arose was that it wasn't well executed. Because the first 4 seasons worth of Marvel Netflix was great. Daredevil Season 1 was spectacular. Jessica Jones, even though I didn't like it personally, was objectively good. Daredevil Season 2, I like more than most people despite my issues with it. And I really enjoyed Luke Cage Season 1. But then everything kinda goes downhill after that. Because Iron Fist Season 1 made Arrow's Season 3 look like Daredevil's Season 1. Defenders was all flash and no substance. Punisher Season 1 was a boring slog that was salvaged by the grace of Emmy Award-worthy performances. Jessica Jones Season 2 felt like it belonged on the CW. And the second seasons of Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I didn't even care to watch. But then there's Daredevil Season 3, and oh my god, Daredevil Season 3 is amazing. I mean, I have some issues with it, and I don't think it's a perfect season, but it's easily the best Marvel Netflix had been since Daredevil Season 1. Which is why, even though I'm generally speaking about all of the Marvel Netflix shows, I'm primarily going to focus on Daredevil. So first things first, while it is a shame that Daredevil won't continue, unlike Iron Fist and Luke Cage, this series doesn't end on a cliffhanger. Daredevil Seasons 1 through 3 feels like one complete trilogy. Well, with the Defenders tangentially attached. And it did the thing that my personal favorite comic book adaptations do, where it takes the characters off the page, for the most part, and looks at some of the core themes and ideas behind certain story arcs, and spins its own story out of it, giving us Season 1, which was a very loose adaptation of Man Without Fear, where we watched the rise of both Daredevil and the Kingpin. Season 2, which was pretty much just the bulk of Klaus Janson and Frank Miller's run on that character in the 80s. And Season 3, which was a cracked mirror version of Born Again, with elements of Bendis, Kevin Smith, and Ed Brubaker's respective runs mixed in. And while I appreciate the wonderful story that was told across these 3 seasons, and how there is a sense of finality to Matt, Foggy, and Karen's story, we were robbed of so many possibilities. The way Season 3 ends, we're left with the possibility of having Matt's double identity leaked to the public, and we could have gotten some type of adaptation of Daredevil out or something like that. Oh, and the last tease with Bullseye was haunting, and I hate the fact that that's gonna be the final shot of this series. You know, it's almost as frustrating as the series finale to The Spectacular Spider-Man. Oh, and speaking of which, can we give a round of applause to Wilson Bethel, who gave an amazing performance as Bullseye for Daredevil Season 3? No, seriously. Pause the video and clap for Wilson Bethel. You done? Because I'm not. Oh god, I just realized what that sounds like. Anyways, Wilson Bethel did an amazing job as a newcomer to this series, as did Jay Ali, who portrayed Special Agent Ray Nadeem. I mean, I'm not gonna do the round of applause thing again because it's weird, but the same sentiment applies. And hats off to the writers and directors and producers and principal photographers and showrunners and costume designers fight choreographers, and everyone else involved in the making of these 3 seasons as well. And not just Daredevil. I mean that for all the Marvel Netflix shows. Well, you know what I mean. And as far as the future is concerned with these characters, Marvel did issue a statement regarding their fate in future Marvel projects, and by these characters, I really just mean Daredevil because he's the only one they name dropped in saying, "We look forward to more adventures with the Man Without Fear in the future," which can honestly mean anything, really. One of the major suspicions that's going around right now is that, much like with the Marvel-Sony deal, once Marvel got their hands on Spider-Man, they just rebooted the character into the MCU proper, and they'll do the same thing with the Defenders. It's being suggested that if Daredevil or Jessica Jones or the Kingpin or anyone like that showed up in the MCU films or on the upcoming Disney Plus streaming service, then they'd be portrayed by different actors and have different character histories, since their Netflix counterparts weren't produced by Marvel Studios, but much rather by Netflix. And that would suck. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that if Daredevil showed up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a new actor with a new backstory that completely contradicted what happened in the Netflix series, I wouldn't watch it, but I'd have zero incentive to want to go see it, because I've grown quite attached to Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. Plus, as of right now, I'm very weary of Marvel's ability to adapt some of these characters. And I know that I beat this horse to death, but sit back and relax as I break out the steel baseball bat, because my prime example, yet again, is Spider-Man Homecoming. This movie completely misses the point of the character of Spider-Man and sacrifices drama and tragedy, the 2 ingredients that are crucial in telling a good Peter Parker story, for the sake of comedy and Iron Man worship. And it feels like a discount, watered-down Spider-Man. And the same goes for Doctor Strange, Thor, the Guardians of the Galaxy, as fun as those movies are, and even Infinity War, which I do enjoy as a big blockbuster event, but it misses the point of the Infinity Gauntlet story in favor of the comic's more superficial beats. And I don't want you to mistake this for me saying that the MCU and Marvel Studios is bad or whatever, because I appreciate the Marvel Cinematic Universe and those movies are really fun. But post Phase 1, their films have been very paint by numbers and cutesy, and they all have very similar styles of humor, and they feel incredibly safe for the most part. And the Marvel Netflix universe did the exact opposite of that. And I'm afraid that if Daredevil was roped into the MCU, we'd get Daredevil Homecoming. And that, on top of being a completely new Daredevil who I didn't watch grow and struggle and become the Guardian Devil that he's supposed to be in the Netflix series, then I'm just not interested. But yeah, that's what's going on in my brain right now. But what about you? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts regarding my thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments section. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share, support the channel, and if you want to see more content like this, all you have to do is subscribe. I'm the Mystical Green Beanie. Thank you for watching, and as always, until next time, adios nachos, adios.
Show me what you